So good to see you today. Welcome, everybody. I know we also have some new folks, but before I forget, if you'd like to get a t-shirt, there's a sign-up sheet in the back for t-shirts. I think Lisa's going to order them this week. So if you'd like to get a t-shirt, you're certainly welcome to do that. This is the first class of the month, and as you know, we always go over some administrative procedures and some safety precautions. So from the safety perspective, if you have pain, lightheadedness, if you feel like it's just you're doing too much, take a break. Please don't hurt yourself. I am certified in CPR. We do have an AED. Hopefully we won't need any of that, but good to know we have it. Stay hydrated, as you know, and stay oxygenated, and I'll remind you throughout the class. But keep the practice area as clear as you can, no obstacles. Try to put things under the chair if you can, so no one trips. If you find any hazards in the building, in the parking lot, let us know. We'll try to get them fixed as quickly as possible. And speaking of the parking lot, be sure you lock your car and don't have valuables visible in the car, because that's just a temptation to people walking through the lot. And there are a lot of people that walk around these buildings here all day long. From an administrative perspective, please be sure to sign in. It's very important. Cell phones, of course, keep on silent mode. And talking in class, be careful of that, because others are trying to listen to me, and if you're talking, then they can't hear me. So please, if you can, refrain from talking in class. The Hold Harmless form is on the desk back there, on the table back there. You're welcome to take one if you wish. No need to sign it. You sign that form when you sign in, and that's why signing in is so important. Perfumes, be very careful. Some people are highly allergic to perfumes, so we don't want to get anybody offended in that respect. Privacy, your information such as the sign-in sheets, the contact list, the t-shirt list, all of that is shredded and destroyed when it's no longer needed. We do not share it with anybody, we don't sell it, that kind of stuff. Amenities, there are some amenities in the back in the hallway, but that's really for the church, not for us, such as the coffee service bar there and so forth. And as far as fees are concerned, as you know, this class is free. I don't charge anything, and I do not accept anything, and the church doesn't charge us anything either. If you feel compelled to make a donation, you're welcome to do that, but it's not mandatory, so that's completely up to you. And with all of that having been said, joke time. Okay, so important. Humor is a wonderful thing. It's a great medicine. So for today, we all have a photographic memory. But some of us are just a little short on film. He who laughs last thinks the slowest. So, let's see. There cannot be a crisis next week. My calendar is already full. And the person who said that, Henry Kissinger, who some of us might remember, and you know who you are. So, and then finally, a day without sunshine is like, well, night. So, Conroe had to think about that. Go figure. So, I like to start with an intention, as we always do. Today's intention is do it. And what I mean by that is a great book written by a woman, her name is Mel Robbins, and she wrote this book, The 5-Second Rule. And if you're in a situation where you're trying to decide, should I do it or shouldn't I do it, follow the 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. Just do it. Get it done. I have a page here in my book. It's a list of books that I've been reading, and that changes all the time, but that book is listed in there. If you want to take a picture, you're welcome to do that, if you'd like to get that book. It's pretty informative. And she also has several other books on the same plane. So another one is called The High Five Rule, where every day you get up and the first thing you do when you look in the mirror is give yourself a high five. Congratulate yourself for getting up, or getting ready to go, whatever you're going to do for that day. And then during the day, if you get a little depressed, remember, hey, wait a minute, I started with a high five. That's cool. I'm good. Right? And off you go. Okay, we always start with, we do have some new folks today as well. We'll go over our safety. If you have glaucoma, balance issues, high blood pressure, don't put your head below your heart. If you have osteopenia, osteoporosis, or if you're pregnant, no severe twisting. We were talking a minute ago about vertigo. Vertigo, sometimes if it comes on very quickly, you need to get to an ENT doctor to find out why. And there are different exercises you can do for vertigo. If vertigo is caused by a problem with your left ear, that's a certain set of exercises. If it's caused by the right ear, that's a different set of exercises. Only your ENT doctor is going to be able to tell you which ones you should do. All of the movements we do, all of our balance poses and so forth, they're excellent for improving our balance for sure. But if you have vertigo coming on like that, you need to get it checked, find out what was the root cause. So we start with our diaphragmatic breathing. It's our most natural way to breathe. Breathing in, my stomach comes out. Breathing out, my stomach goes in. And breathing in, and breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out. And as you notice, I'm breathing in and out through the nose. That's our natural filter. It kills germs, viruses, and fungus. It also helps control sleep apnea and even snoring. So good habit to get into. And breathing in and out through the nose and diaphragmatic breathing combined, great way to meditate. Calm the body down, lower our blood pressure, and lower our nervous system. So we're going to start today with our seated jumping jack, and we'll start with the left side first. So the left leg and arm go all the way out. And we come back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. We'll switch to the other side, out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. We'll bring it all together, out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. Let's take a deep breath. And we'll do a seated good morning here. So I have my arms by my side. We go nice and slow. In our frontal plane, we bring those arms all the way up. And once we reach this point, we go a little bit higher. Stretch those shoulders, and we come back down. And we come all the way up. And we come down. Coming back up one more time. And we come down. We'll switch to that sagittal plane so the palms face forward. I bring those arms up in the front. I turn those palms, and I come down. And I turn, and I come up. Turn and I come down, turn and I come up, and down, and then one more coming up, and coming down. And we'll go into our helicopter there. The arms are all the way out. We'll twist to the right, twisting from the waist, and we'll twist to the left, and twist to the right, and twist to the left. We'll come back to the center. We're going to target those oblique muscles, leaning to the right, leaning to the left, and leaning to the right, and leaning to the left. Fantastic. We're going to bring those arms down. We're going to go ahead and put our hand behind our back just to get a little shoulder stretch in here. So the left hand is behind my back, and I give that elbow a little bit of a push, and then I switch and I do the other side. And I switch, and I switch, and I switch, and switch. And one more on that left side, and one more on that right side. Fantastic. We're going to move now to the lower body. We'll bring the feet out and dig the heels into the floor. We'll do our hamstring stretch. And as you know, you come forward to the point of slight discomfort, never pain. I come forward, and I come back up. And forward, stretching all those muscles, and back up. And forward, 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 and back up. Fantastic. I'm going to move now to the spine. And to do that, I'll turn sideways to help demonstrate. I'm going to work on the discs between the vertebrae. And to do that, we'll do our cat and our cow poses. So, angry cat pose, I bring my shoulders forward, arching my back and bringing my head towards my knees. I'm stretching the discs between the vertebrae. They're getting nourished. Then I go in the other direction. Shoulders go back, arching the back in the opposite direction. Happy cow pose, squeezing those discs, they're getting cleansed. I come forward, nourishing those discs. I go back, cleansing those discs. And I come forward, nourishing. This is a wonderful exercise. And I go back. Well, if you want to wake up in the afternoon, get the blood flowing, wonderful way to do it, coming forward. Nourishing the spine, of course, lubricating the spine as well. Cleansing the spine, coming forward one more time. And we'll go back one more time. Okay, we're going to release that. We're going to come to a standing position. Hydrate if you need to hydrate. So I have to tell you, I've been having some problems with my right shoulder for a while. Nothing major, but I thought yesterday, I had the day off. Unbelievable. So I called Kelsey Seabold, which is the clinic I go to in the Woodlands, and my primary care physician was booked all day, but hooked me up with another doctor. They said, come on in. They had a cancellation, so I was able to squeeze in an appointment. And I'm not lying when I tell you this. The doctor's name, Dr. Yogi. Absolutely true. And when the nurse said, Dr. Yogi will be in a moment, I said, and I was about to say, you're kidding, right? And here comes Dr. Yogi with a name tag. Dr. Yogi. I said, unreal. Wonderful doctor, by the way.
Did you find it?
I had to laugh, you know. And in my record, she said, oh, I see you teach yoga. I said, yes, Dr. Yogi. And we were both laughing. She took it very well. Okay, we're going to continue with our warm-up. Let's do a little Tai Chi movement here we call circling the breath. My feet are shoulder width apart. As I bend down, my arms come up. And as I go up, my arms go down. There we go. Bending down, I'm breathing in. And coming up, I'm breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. Nice and slow in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Fantastic. And we'll do a little cardio now. Again, we're warming up. I have my chair handy. Hold it if I need to. Going to do our crab walk. And you control the intensity. The further down you go, the more intense it's going to be. Completely up to you. Do only what you can safely do. We're going to take 2 steps to the right. 1, 2, and then left. 1, 2, and right. 1, 2, and left. 1, 2, and right. 1, 2, and left. 1, 2, and right. 1, 2, and left. 1 and 2. Fantastic. Let's take a deep breath. Great. I was almost tempted to tell Lisa, cue the music. Okay. So we're going to do our lunge and our squat pose, working these lower body muscles. As you know, it's so important that they're strong. They help hold us up. They prevent us from falling. And when those muscles are strong, that lessens the opportunity for knee pain, hip pain, because the muscles are doing their job. They're helping out. So, have my chair handy. Hold it with my right hand if I need to. Coming into the runner's lunge, my right leg goes forward, my left leg goes back. One word of caution, never let the knees go beyond the toes. Don't want to hurt the meniscus in the knee. And of course, again, you control the intensity. The further down you go, the more intense it's going to be. Do only what you can safely do. Once we're safely in this position, breathing in, I'm coming up. Breathing out, I'm going forward. And in, and out. 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 Very good. We'll release. We'll step that out and switch and do the other side. My left leg goes forward and my right leg goes back. I set my intensity level where I want that to be today. Once I'm safely there, breathing in, I come up. Out, I go forward. And in, and out. 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 I'm going to release again, and we'll step that out. I'm going to move now and do the squat pose. And for the squat pose, you control the intensity here too. I have my feet shoulder width apart. Hold that chair with my right hand if I need to. And I come down to the point of slight discomfort, and I come right back up. Coming down, and back up. And down. Again, I want the knees to be behind the toes, and up. And down, and up. And down, and up. And down, and up, and down, and up. Fantastic. And now, of course, you can join me in the yoga squat if you wish. It's much more intense. You do only what you can safely do. I spread my feet a little more than shoulder width apart. Bring those hands together, and we come down into the yoga squat to the point of slight discomfort, never pain, whatever that is for you. Once you're safely there, I'm going to twist to the right, I'm going to twist to the left, and twist to the right, and to the left. I come back to the center, and very slowly now I'm going to come up. Let those muscles really do their job as I lift, lift, lift. Oh, they're working like crazy. Remember, the bones are getting denser as well. Anytime we put muscles under stress, the bone also reacts and gets denser, stronger. So let's take a deep breath. And hydrate for sure. Excuse me. And we're going to come back to a seated position. And we're going to work on those big rhomboid muscles in the back. We always want to make sure that they're strong so that the pectoral muscles don't overpower the back and pulls our shoulders forward, and then we have kyphotic posture, and we have neck pain and upper back pain, and we don't want that. So to do the strengthening those rhomboid muscles, we do the eagle pose. I'm going to take my left arm, bring it straight up and down, and then the right arm is going to come around and wrap, but you go only as far as you can go. If you're here or here, not a problem, or maybe you can come all the way around. It's completely up to you. Then once we're safely here, good posture, I'm going to twist to the right. And I'm going to twist to the left. Feel those back muscles engaging. I'm going to go to the right. And again to the left. Nice and slow. I'm going to come back to the center. Carefully, I'm going to lean forward. So I'm engaging all the way down to the glutes now. Again, I'm going to the right. And to the left. And to the right, stimulating the digestive system. And to the left, stimulating the liver. And back to the center. And we come back to vertical. And in vertical, breathing in will come down. Breathing out will go up. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And we're going to release. And let's roll those shoulders. Big, big range of motion here. Oh, feel that synovial fluid lubricating the shoulder joint. And we'll go in the other direction. So good. Fantastic. And then maybe you want to do that left and right brain challenge here, a little cognitive challenge, and then the other way. And we'll switch and do the other side. So now the right arm is straight up and down, and the left arm comes around and wraps. Wherever you are is perfect. Again, I twist to the right, and I twist to the left, and to the right, and to the left. Come back to the center now. Carefully, I lean forward. Again, I go to the right, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left. Come back to the center, return to vertical. Breathing in, I come down. Breathing out, I go up. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. And we unwind and again. Ooh, roll those shoulders. I know, feels so good, doesn't it? And then, of course, the other way. Fantastic way to stimulate blood flow, lubricate those shoulder joints, and we'll do maybe that opposite roll if you can. And then the other way. We're going to do our cross-body stretch called the steam engine. Be really careful here. You do only what you can safely do. I bring the arms up behind the head, interlace the fingers. I'm going to take that left elbow and try to touch my right knee. You do only what you can safely do, and then I switch. I'm going nice and slow, and I switch. And I switch, 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 and I switch. Great, we're releasing from that, we bring the arms down. Again, we give those shoulders a quick roll, and then the other direction, nice range of motion here, increasing our elasticity as well. Going to come back to a standing position. Continuing with our warm-up, nice and easy. We'll do our forward and backward fold. Be careful here. I bring the arms up alongside the ears, leaning back into my Urdhva Hastasana pose. And we're going to hold here now. This is a static stretch. And take a deep breath. And we're going to come forward into that forward fold. Uttanasana, holding here, deep, deep breath. And back into that Urdhva Hastasana, nice and slow. Gentle flow here, holding deep, deep breath. And one more coming forward. Uttanasana, holding here, deep, deep breath. And then in our neutral position, let's do the helicopter, arms all the way out, twisting to the right, as far as I can go, and holding, taking a deep breath. And then twisting to the left and holding, taking a deep breath. And one more to the right and hold, take a deep breath. And one more to the left and hold and take a deep breath. We'll come back to the center. We're going to lean to the right. Big airplane bank. And going to lean to the left. And lean to the right. So good. And one more to the left. Fantastic. I'm going to bring the hands down onto the hips and let's do our hula hoop. Nice smooth rotation here. Getting those hips ready for our warrior moves. And then the other direction, of course. And then we're going to come back to the center. We're going to push those hips forward and the shoulders go back. Open up those pectoral muscles. Going to hold here and take a deep breath as we hold. Ready, going to release from that. So we're ready for our warrior moves. We're all warmed up. And we'll start with warrior one, as we always do. Have my chair handy. I'm going to hold the chair with my right hand if I need to. My right leg is going to go forward, just like the runner's lunge we did earlier. Although we're going to add the upper body now. We're going to bring those arms up into that warrior one pose. I'm going to stretch those arms so the back is fully engaged all the way down to the feet. Breathing in now, I come up. Breathing out, I go forward, nice and slow. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Now, very carefully, I'm going to bring the hands down behind the back, interlace the fingers, so the hands and arms go towards the ceiling, coming into our humble warrior. And in humble warrior, breathing in, my chest goes up, and breathing out, it goes down. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to release right back into my warrior one. Nice, smooth transition. I'm going to flow into warrior two. My right arm goes out front, my left arm goes out back. I'm rearranging my feet to ensure I'm good and sturdy. Ankles are aligned if I can, but it's up to you. Once we're safely there, breathing in, we come up. Out, we go forward, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to turn that forward palm towards the ceiling. Coming back into my peaceful warrior, I'm going to reach that arm up good and high, twist the torso if I can. Breathing in, I come up, out I go down, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to flow back into my warrior two. Now we'll do a side angle today, so I'm going to bend the forward arm, bring it down to the forward thigh, and then the other arm comes up alongside the ear. Looking up underneath that arm, if I can. Breathing in, I come up, out I go down, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm flowing back into my warrior two. Once I'm safely here, I come to that standing position and I hydrate. Woo. Great workout. Really, really good. Puts us through our three planes of motion, which is so important. We stimulate our liver, we stimulate the digestive system, we strengthen all the muscles, we lubricate all the joints. So good. The heart rate comes up. Great, great stuff. So we're going to switch and do the other side, but let's take a deep breath first. Now I'm switching to the other side. Got my chair handy. Now my left leg goes forward, my right leg goes back. Once we're safely here, we bring those arms up alongside the ears, stretch those arms, get the shoulders and the back involved. Breathing in, I come up, out I go forward, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I carefully bring those hands down behind the back, interlacing the fingers, hands and arms, go towards the ceiling, coming into our humble warrior. Breathing in, my chest goes up, breathing out, it goes down, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I release right back into that warrior one. Once I'm safely there, do that vinyasa, that smooth transition into warrior two. Left arms out front, right arms out back. Good and sturdy in the pose. Breathing in, I come up. Out I go forward. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I'm going to turn that forward palm towards the ceiling, coming back into my peaceful warrior, stretching that arm, twisting the torso, breathing in, I come up, out I go down, and in, and out, 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 and in, and out. I flow back into my warrior two. Now we'll do that side angle. I bend that forward arm, bring it down to the forward thigh, Other arm comes up alongside the ear, looking up underneath that arm. Breathing in, I come up. Out I go down. And in. And out. 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 And I flow back into my warrior two. And I come to that standing position. And we hydrate. And we'll take some deep breaths, reoxygenate. We burnt up a lot of oxygen there. Deep breaths in and out. Fantastic. So, moving right along now, we're going to move into, first we'll do our forward and backward fold, and then we'll go into our balance challenge for today. So, leaning, bringing those arms all the way up, alongside the ears, leaning back now, holding here in our Urdhva. Let's take a deep breath. And we'll come forward, Uttanasana, holding here, deep, deep breath. Neutral position, arms out into that helicopter. We'll twist to the right, and then we'll go right to the left, and then back to the right, and one more to the left. Coming back to the center, let's bring those hands down onto the hips. Do that hula hoop just to calm everything down. Fantastic, and we'll go in the other direction. Nice, good range of motion. And we're ready now for our balance challenge, and today we're going to do the tree pose. And as you know, there's many, many options. And also, and especially for the benefit of the new folks, when we talk about balance, we're not talking about standing on one foot looking pretty. What we're trying to do is stimulate communication from the brain to the limbs, and from the limbs back up to the brain. That way, if we're in a falling situation, we're going to catch ourselves. The brain is going to react. We don't have to stop and think, hopefully anyway. So I've got my chair handy. I'm going to hold it with my right hand. And option one, I take my left foot and the toes are on the ground, and the heel is against the ankle of the right leg. This is a good sturdy position. The brain is satisfied. It feels secure, and especially because I'm holding onto that chair. I add a little stimulation to this by hovering the hand over the chair, and the brain says, "Ooh, I lost that security there. Not good." And we're somewhat out of our center of gravity here. Then maybe I can go and bring that foot up to the middle limb on the tree, onto the calf muscle. It's completely up to you. And again, I'm holding that chair if I need to. My gaze fixed solid to the floor, holding here. I add a little more intensity, hover that hand if I can, and maybe, being a tree, I'll go ahead and grow a branch. So I've got the branch there, and the branch can be vertical, it can be horizontal, whatever's working for you. It can be in the front, the back. Any movement you make is a stimulation to the brain. It's a challenge to the brain. And if you're coming in and out of the pose, as you know, that's also a challenge. That's good. The brain is preventing you from falling down. That's exactly what we want it to do. Then maybe we can grow that second branch. Add a little turbulence into those branches if you wish. Whatever's working for you today is fine. Deep breathing, of course, to keep that brain well oxygenated. It needs that oxygen to stay sharp. Then if you can, maybe you can go to a higher limb above the knee. Never on the knee. Again, I've got those branches up there. They're vertical right now, and I can put them horizontal. Whatever is working. Massive challenge for the brain. Brain is running at 300 miles an hour. It's working every bit of that. Then slowly I'll bring the branches down. I'll go back to that middle limb. I'll go back to the floor, and we step it out. So good. Okay. Take a deep breath. And we switch and we do the other side. Move my chair over. Make sure it's handy there, and holding on throughout the process if you need to. Nothing wrong with that. We're still accomplishing that goal. Option one, take that right foot now. Toes are on the ground. Heel against the ankle of my left leg. Holding my chair, gaze fixed to the floor. Maybe hover that hand, a little more challenge. Or maybe move that foot up to the calf muscle. And then maybe grow a branch. And then maybe grow a second branch. Just picture that oxygen coming into your system, nourishing the brain, nourishing the muscles and the organs, and removing all the excess carbon dioxide. Maybe now you can go ahead and go to that higher limb above the knee. Whatever's going to work for you today, just fine. And lots of moving around, coming in and out of the pose, all of that is fine. It's that communication from the brain to the limbs, that's what we want to have happen. And then I'll slowly bring those branches down. I'll go to that middle limb, and then I'll go to the floor, and we step back. Fantastic. Okay, deep breaths for sure. Hydrate for sure. We'll just do a little forward and backward fold. We put a lot of work into those hips. But we'll do our Tadasana pose. Bring those hands together, interlace the fingers, palms go towards the floor, elbows nice and straight. Maybe bring those palms up to the ceiling if you can, pushing straight up. And I'm going to lean to the right, little letter C, and lean to the left, and lean to the right, and then to the left. We'll come back to the center, and let's go ahead and twist to the right, and we'll twist to the left, and to the right, and to the left. We'll come back to the center, going to lean backward just a little bit, pushing those palms up. And I'm going to bring those palms halfway forward, right out in front, pushing out so I engage those rhomboid muscles in the back and all those back muscles. And I go to the right again. Good straight posture as I'm doing this, and then to the left, and to the right, and to the left. Fantastic. We come back to the center. We unhook those fingers, shake them out, get that blood flowing in the hands. And we need the fingers to be nice and flexible because we're going to do our cognitive challenge today. And today we're doing your favorite, the clock. We're going to do the clock. And as always, this is an analog clock, not digital. So, okay, so the goal here, of course, is to stimulate the brain and its communication to the hands, and of course the hands back to the brain. And when we get that going faster, we're in a falling situation again, we're going to catch ourselves, or we're going to catch something falling from a shelf, whatever. So, or catch the grandchild, whatever you need to do. So, for the clock, my right hand is the hour hand, my left hand is the minute hand, and we're all at 12 o'clock. Very good, and at 12 o'clock now, we'll go to your 6 o'clock. And we'll come back to 12 o'clock. We'll go to your 9 o'clock, and then to your 3 o'clock. Very simple, back to your 12 o'clock, and your 6 o'clock, and your 12 o'clock, and your 3 o'clock, and your 9 o'clock, and your 9 o'clock, and your 9 o'clock, and your 3 o'clock, and your 3 o'clock, and your 12 o'clock, and your 3 o'clock, and your 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Okay. Very good. It's easy for me because I'm giving the commands, and even still I mess it up. But it's a great stimulation for the mind. You know, we do crossword puzzles, Sudoku, and those kinds of things, which are really good for the internal mind. We need to exercise the mind in its communication with the limbs, and the limbs back to the mind. So that's why that's so important, so good to do. Again, let's take a deep breath here. And again, we're going to go ahead and do that forward and backward fold. We put the hips through a lot of work here. Going to lean back, and we'll hold here in this static stretch and take some deep breaths as we hold. And we'll come forward, that Uttanasana, holding here, deep, deep breath. In our neutral position, those arms out into that helicopter. We'll twist to the right, and we'll hold there and take a deep breath. And we'll twist to the left, and we'll hold, take a deep breath. Bring them back to the center. Again, let's put the hands on the hips, and let's push those hips forward. The shoulders go back. Stretch those pectoral muscles. Great stretch here, holding deep, deep breath. Fantastic. We're going to come back to a seated position. Hydrate if you need to hydrate. We'll do another little cognitive challenge. And I'll stay standing to help demonstrate so everyone can see. So we'll just do what we call the finger pinch. And this is really a great exercise not only for your cognition, but also for the carpal tunnel. So I have the hands out, and I'm going to just stretch the fingers straight out. And we feel that stretch in the hand. I'm going to bring them back, and then out, and back, out, and back. Now I'm going to take the index fingers and touch the tip of the thumbs, and then the middle finger, then the ring finger, and then the pinky. And I'm going to go back in the other direction. I'm just going to keep going back and forth, nice and slow. And what's happening here is, as you know, we have our three languages of our brain. We verbalize silently, we visualize, and we feel. So we're using all three of those traits right now. We can feel what's going on, we can see what's going on, and our brain is issuing the command to these fingers, and the fingers are following the command exactly as they're being told to do in the exact sequence. So then we add a little more intensity by closing the eyes. So now we've eliminated the visual part, but we can still feel what's going on. So the brain is registering these fingers touching the tips of the thumbs. The brain is registering that it's the correct fingers touching the tips of the thumbs. They're going back and forth as they're being ordered to do. It's a wonderful communication in both directions. Brain to the fingers, fingers to the brain. Brain also feels that the arms are parallel to the floor. They're getting tired, but that's okay. We're going back and forth. Can't see what's going on, but we can feel what's going on. So important. So the brain is used to not seeing now, but it can feel. And as we do this, we add a little more intensity by speeding up the process, but being very careful. We don't want to lose accuracy here. We want to make sure the brain's commands are being followed exactly as they're supposed to be followed, back and forth as quickly as we can go without losing any accuracy. Back and forth, great stimulation, back and forth, and we'll come to a stop, shake those hands out, open the eyes. Great, great little exercise there for the brain. We're going to move back to the hips now. Put the hips through a lot of work, as we always do. So we're going to go ahead and just stretch those hips out. Option one now, I can take the left foot, and put it on the outside of the right, or I can bring that left leg up and bring it behind the knee, never on the knee. Once we're safely behind the knee, the hip is stretched, of course, now. I'm going to add a little more intensity, but you control that. You do only what you can do. Bring the arms up alongside the ears, leaning back, and then I come forward. Towards that knee, and I go back, and forward. Nice and easy, and back, and forward. And one more coming back, and forward. And I'm sure you feel that in that hip, of course. And in that gluteus muscle, and even the leg muscles, the hamstrings and quadriceps. Now we're going to do our foot yoga. We're going to just rotate that foot, get that synovial fluid flowing there into the ankle, and we'll go in the other direction. Nice, good range of motion here. Got some clicking going on in mine. That's just excess carbon dioxide. It could also be arthritis. As long as it's not painful, you're fine. Then we plantar flex the foot, and we dorsiflex, we plantar flex, dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex, and we plantar flex, and we dorsiflex. And we'll do our sciatic nerve glide. Just gently, just lift that knee up and let it go down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Fantastic. We'll switch and do the other side now. So I bring that right foot, option one, or option two, whatever's working for me today. Once I'm safely there, I bring those arms up alongside the ears for that added stretch in the hip. Breathing in, I go back. Out, I go forward, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. I bring those arms down. We'll rotate that ankle down. Get that guy well lubricated. Secretes our synovial fluid, our natural lubricant. Big range of motion here. And I go in the opposite direction. Best I can do, really, really good. And I plantar flex that foot, and I dorsiflex it, plantar flex and dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex and plantar flex, and dorsiflex. And we do our sciatic nerve glide. Very gently lift that knee, let it go down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. And as you know, you've heard me say, if you have neuropathy in the legs, plantar fasciitis, foot problems, these are all excellent exercises to do, stimulate blood flow, stimulate release of that synovial fluid, lubricate the ankle. Really, really good. So, going out of that one, we're going to go and work on the deep psoas muscles now. They assist the hip flexors, the quadriceps, of course. When these muscles are weak, we drag our feet and then we trip over things, and that's not good. Doing our big toe, I'm going to bring that left foot out. Bring the toes back towards me so the hip is engaged, the transverse abdominis, all these muscles are working, the deep psoas muscle. I go out to the side, I come back, and out, and back, and switch into the other side. The toes come back and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. And we'll switch again. Toes come back and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. And one more on the other side. Toes back and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back, and out, and back. And we bring the feet down. We step that out. We're going to come back to a standing position. And we're going to hydrate. And guess what time it is? No, it's not go home time. It's test time, and today we're going for bronze medal today. Yes, bronze medal today. So we have our chair handy as we always do. I love my chair. So we have our chair handy. Hold on to it if you need to. I'm going to take my left foot, put it in front of my right. So this is the sobriety test, and of course those of you who have done that, you know who you are. So, and in this position now, we're doing the bronze medal, so we have our arms by our sides. So, and then I'm going to count to 30. So once you're safely there, I'll go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, and we switch feet. There we go. Okay, make sure you're good and sturdy. Hold the chair if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Yeehaw! Everybody gets a bronze medal. And we do have some new folks today, so just for your benefit, that is an excellent exercise to do if you have balance issues. If you have a loved one who has balance issues, you can do this at home. Be very, very careful, obviously. Do it along a wall or a long table. But it is great to stimulate not only balance, but accuracy and coordination as well. So great exercise to do. Who knew, right? That's such a deal. And if you ever get stopped, hey, you'll do just fine. So I'm going to move now and work on the core muscles. The core muscles hold the upper and lower body together. And if they're weak, everything collapses down on the hips and the knees, and we get hip pain and knee pain. So we're going to do an opposite limb plank. I have my chair handy here. I'm going to hold on to it with my right hand. I'm going to move my right leg out behind me. And the minute I do that, the core is engaged. And I'm going to tighten those core muscles as tight as I can make them. And my arm is tight as well. I'm going to move my left arm out in front. I'm going to hold here and just do my deep breathing as I'm holding. It's an isometric contraction. The muscles are going to get stronger even though we're not moving. Deep breaths as I'm holding here. And now, if you wish, and it's completely up to you, you can add more intensity by going up and down on that supporting leg. That is completely up to you. Picture those muscles working. Wow, I mean, it's tremendous. The bones are getting denser as well. The joints are getting lubricated. The muscles are getting stronger. Not bodybuilding, just making them strong enough to hold us up. And we're released now. We'll step it out. We'll switch and do the other side. So now I'm holding the chair with my left hand. My left leg is going out behind me. My right arm is going out in front. Once I'm safely there and I'm good and secure holding that chair, I tighten those core muscles tight as I can make them. Do my deep breathing as I'm holding here. And then if you wish, you can certainly add that little bit of intensity going up and down on that supporting leg. And again, boy, just picture right into the glutes. Everything is working here. Everything is getting stronger. Even those deep psoas muscles are involved. Transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, everything working. And we'll release, and of course we'll step it out. Hydrate for sure. And let's definitely do a forward and backward fold. That put a lot of tension on the hips. Let's relax them a little bit. The arms come up, leaning back, and we'll take a deep breath. And we'll come forward into that forward fold. Uttanasana, holding here, deep, deep breath. Great. And the hands on the hips, and let's do that hula hoop. Calm those hips down a little bit more. And then we'll go in the other direction. Nice range of motion there. Fantastic. So we're going to do a little marching, a little bit of a cardio here, but it's also a balance challenge. It's a great way to involve all 600 muscles in our body, although we've been doing that pretty much with every move we have been doing. So we're going to do our contralateral and ipsilateral marching. Got my chair handy as I always do if I need it. I'm going to start lifting my left leg and my right arm, and then I'm going to switch. Going nice and slow, switch. I'm really stretching that arm. The shoulders involved here, the back is involved, of course the legs as I'm rocking back and forth. I'm going slow because I want it to be a balance challenge as well. Anytime we're on one foot, we've got a balance challenge going on. This is really stimulating the brain, not only for balance, but also for accuracy and coordination. We're moving opposite limbs here. That's a challenge. So that little cerebellum, part of the brain that controls all of this, is working overtime to make sure we don't fall, and to make sure we're doing it correctly. Back and forth, reaching up, cardio a little bit, heart rate's coming up. That's good, the heart's a muscle, need to exercise the heart. We'll come to a stop, let's take a deep breath. And we're going to kick up the balance challenge a little bit more by doing the ipsilateral marching, or same side. And what I mean by that is, again, I'll always have my chair handy if I need it. I'm going to raise my left leg and arm at the same time, and I'm going to hold. So I lift and hold, and then I switch and hold, and 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 I switch and hold, switch and hold, switch and hold, and switch and hold. And we're releasing that again, we'll step it out. Fantastic challenge, good moves to do. We're going to move now to the feet. It's so important that our feet are flexible. We exercise the ankles, of course, and made them nice and flexible. We've got to exercise the feet as well. When we're young, you know, when we walk on uneven surfaces, our foot conforms to the surface. But when we get older, the foot gets stiff. We go on an uneven surface and we kind of rock back and forth and we fall. So we're going to make the feet nice and flexible, holding the chair with my right hand. I'm going to lift my heels up. On my toes, I'm going to hold there as high as I can go. So I'm stretching the foot, obviously, the bottom of the foot, that's good. Got the phalanges in there, they're getting all that synovial fluid, they're getting lubricated as well. There's little muscles in there as well. Of course, the calf muscles are involved, the hamstring, the glute, the quadriceps, the glutes, of course, holding here. And I'm going to come halfway down and then back up. Halfway down, back up. Halfway down, back up. Halfway down, back up. Halfway down, back up. I'm going to come all the way down. I'm going to hold the chair for sure. I'm going to raise the toes. So now I'm stretching the foot in the opposite direction. Now the toes are going to go down and the heels will come up. And the heels down and the toes up. Toes down, heels up. Heels down, toes up. Toes down, heels up. Great exercise. Heels down, toes up. Toes down, stimulating blood flow in the feet. Heels down, toes up. Toes down, heels up. Heels down, toes up, and toes down, heels up. Now I'm going to bring the feet totally flat onto the floor. I'm going to engage the hips a little more here. Again, I've got that chair handy if I need it. My arms are by my sides. I'm going to lean forward at the ankles. Be careful here. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Engage those hips. They've got to work to keep you from falling. Go only as far as you can safely go. Wherever, if it's just a fraction of an inch, that's fine. The hips are engaged. The core is engaged. The glutes are, everything is working here. Nice and tight. Then I'm going to go backwards here. I'm going to hold the chair for sure. Feet flat on the floor. I want the hips to do the work here. I'm leaning from the ankles. Arms are by my sides. Holding here. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to come forward again, leaning forward. Again, be careful. And if you can, add a little more intensity. I'm going to bring those arms out in front. Whoa. Feel the core instantly engaged there. Not that it wasn't, but even it's more engaged now. Holding here, deep breath. Good straight posture, no lordotic posture. Got to be nice and straight. Now I'm going to bring the arms down, feet flat on the floor. I'm going to lean back again, and I'm going to try to move the arms out behind me. Again, be very careful and hold that chair if you need to. Going to bring the arms back to center. Good straight posture, feet are shoulder width apart, and we'll do a shoulder stretch now. So shoulders nice and square. Going to bring the shoulders towards each other, adducting the shoulders, not leaning forward, just the shoulders coming forward. Holding here, I'm going to take a deep breath. Now I'm going to go back, abducting those shoulders, holding here, taking a deep, adducting the shoulders, we just abducted them. add an ab. Holding here, deep, deep breath. And we'll abduct those shoulders down, bringing them forward again, not leaning forward. Deep breath. And one more adducting. Great stretch for the shoulders, for the neck. If you have neck pain, upper back pain, this is a wonderful stretch to do. And we'll release from that, and we'll give those shoulders that big roll. Doesn't that feel good? Nice and calm. And of course in the other direction. Nice big range of motion here. That's so good. Fantastic. And let's do that little cognitive challenge if you can. And then the left and right brain the other way. Beautiful. Then we're going to come to a seated position. Doing a little bit of a cool down here. We're going to do our Apanasana, or modified Apanasana, if you will. And to do that, I'm going to take my left leg and bring that knee up towards my chest. As far as I can go, never pain. Once I reach the point of slight discomfort, I tighten all the muscles in my body. In the legs, in the hips, the arms, tight, tight, tight. And I do some deep breathing as I'm holding here. And I'll switch and I'll do the other side. Right leg up, holding here, tighten all the muscles, deep, deep breath. And I'm going to release from that. We'll do our head and neck exercises. I'm going to rotate the head, going to the right, a big, big oval, up and over, and I come down. And again, all the way up and over, and I come down. And then we'll go to the left. Big range of motion here. Get that neck nice and flexible, and again, up and over. And we come down. And in our neutral position, go ahead and lean the head back. Lean the head forward. Back to neutral. We're going to lean to the right. We're going to lean to the left. Back to neutral. Let's do the neck. You're going to bring the hands up behind the head, interlace the fingers, elbows are straight out, and the only thing that turns is my head, turning all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and all the way to the left. I come back to the center and I bring those arms down. We'll go ahead now and do our peripheral vision. So as you know, the head doesn't turn, only the eyes are going to move here. So I'm going to look to the right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down. Blink the eyes to reset them. We'll do our carpal tunnel today. We'll bring those hands up, have those fingers together, stretch them out as we did earlier, bring them back, stretch them out, bring them back, and out, and back. We're going to do the arrow, so I have just the fingers together and the thumbs are out. And from there we're going to transition to tabletop, so the fingers come down, the thumbs go up. And from there we'll transition to claw, and from there we'll transition to fist. We'll go back to arrow, tabletop, claw, and fist. And arrow, tabletop, claw, and fist. Squeeze that fist. Oh, so good. And we're going to release it. We're going to go ahead and do the UT. So the horns, hook the horns, and then victory. Back to horns, back to victory. Back to horns, back to victory. Back to horns. It's tough, right? Back to victory. Horns and victory. Oh, shake those hands out. That's so good. Okay, and we'll do the final little spider on the mirror. This is fantastic for all kinds of hand problems, neuropathy in the hands. If you have arthritis, it releases that synovial fluid into the knuckles. So good. Stimulates blood flow right up into the shoulders. Releasing now that left hand comes all the way out. Never pain. I'm going to just stretch that hand down. And then I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Again, never pain. I'm going to switch and do the other side. And the opposite direction. Release from that. Again, let's shake them out, get that blood flowing. Now we'll come into our Savasana. As you know, we relax the mind and the body. A fantastic way to bring the mind into a peaceful state. So very, very healthy, even if we only do it for a minute or two. So to do that, we're going to have our hands, palms are on the thighs, up or down, it's your choice. And we're going to close the eyes and do our diaphragmatic breathing. And as we do that breathing, we're going to focus on the breath, thinking only of the breath, watching the breath come in and go out. And come in, and go out. As that breath comes in, be mindful of its traveling throughout the body, nourishing the organs, nourishing the muscles, and nourishing the brain. As the breath goes out, it's removing all the excess carbon dioxide and all the negative thoughts. The breath is coming in, and it's going out, and in, and out. And as you're focusing on the breath, it's only natural that a thought might pop into your mind. That's fine, acknowledge it, and go right back to focusing on the breath. Don't let that thought take over. Go back to the breath. We can only focus on one thing at a time. We consciously go back to focusing on the breath. Whatever the other problems are, they're going to go away, at least for this moment in time. As that breath comes in, it brings with it all the wonderful positive energy in this room, all the camaraderie and the fellowship, so important for our overall wellness. And of course, as it goes out, it's removing all the negative thoughts and all that excess carbon dioxide, excess metabolic waste. And as the breath is coming in, we step outside of our body, and we see that our feet are relaxed, our legs are relaxed, core, shoulders, the arms, the hips, the head, the neck, everything is relaxing now. Gravity taking over as we sink into the chair. And for this moment in time, because we're only focusing on this moment in time, we have no pain, we have no problems and no deadlines, we have no issues. Our mind is at peace, our body is at rest. Breaths are coming in, nourishing, going out, they're cleansing. And we congratulate ourselves for coming to our practice today because we know how much good we're doing for our mind and for our body. And we realize too, we're ready now for whatever the rest of the day has to bring. Deep breaths coming in, going out, coming in, going out. The mind is at peace, the body is at rest. And with our eyes remaining closed, we slowly move our hands, move our feet. Very carefully now, we open the eyes, we make sure we have our balance, bring those arms all the way out for that final stretch. Hands come down to heart center. May the light within me continue to have the honor of shining alongside the light within you. And in the truest meaning of the word namaste, I bow to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Chairs stay where they are. I don't think there's any other announcements. Remember about the t-shirts if you're interested. And let's see, have a wonderful, safe Wednesday. We'll see you on Thursday. Be safe. Well, if you haven't signed in, please sign in. Well, if you do, there's a feedback sheet. You can leave some thoughts if you wish.
97 here today.
97.
97.
Holy moly. 97 people today. Yeah.